It's time to update the US state flag tier list. But why? Well, Mississippi changed the flag, so of course we must update the US state flag tier list. And of course, we'll be ranking them from the worst to the best. So I think the absolute worst state flag, I'm looking for all of them right now. Okay, it's gotta be one of those lazy flags. Yeah, Virginia, FTL. Probably the worst state flag of them all. Uh, yeah. No, it's not the worst. We'll put it back. Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty hard competition because there's a lot of these state seals or background flags. You state of Oregon. State of Oregon is actually Oregon's flag is CD. Yes, a state seal background, but at the back of Oregon's flag, there's a beaver. So it's one of the few two-sided flags in the world. New York, that's a pretty big contender for the worst flag of the U.S. Great Seal of Idaho, another contender for the absolute worst of the worst. Connecticut and Maine for the ugliest and worst flag in the United States. Yeah, New York doesn't really represent its state that well, considering that New York has evolved way since this flag's inception. Yeah, gotta be the worst. And the next worst flag has to be Wisconsin's. Wisconsin's pretty bad. Really bad flag. You have this really bad font. A lot of stuff going on here. We also have, what is it? Virginia. Virginia's flag is a bit higher because at least it's a bit unique. So it's still one of the worst flags in America. Not the worst flag, like I said in the beginning of the video. Next flag is the state of New Hampshire. New Hampshire's not the second next worst. Minnesota, and Michigan. Yeah, those are the worst. Michigan's probably one of the worst as well. Another one of the worst flags of the U.S. states, South Dakota. And there we go. I think we're still going to get out the FTL flags. Because at least the next flags have some redeeming qualities about them. And then of course it's Illinois. At least they have a different background. It's the only redeeming quality. So yep, the last one. What flag did I say was horrible? Oh yes, Connecticut. Yep, Connecticut. There you go. Those are the worst state flags, as well. So next are the D tier flags. These flags at least have a few redeeming qualities, and they still need to be updated. These are mostly very similar flags. So first one is Kentucky. Followed by Connecticut. At least Connecticut has a white background, which makes it. That's not Connecticut. Connecticut is the one with the grapes. Massachusetts, well, all these state flags are pretty bad, so it's very hard to tell which one is which. So, unless they have really had the names on it, New Hampshire, and Illinois. All of these flags are essentially, state seals on the background. And then we have the worst unique flag, Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii. This is not the UK. Come on, Hawaii. This is America. Are you forgetting which country you're a state of? And of course, we can't forget the horrible flag of Idaho, which narrowly edges out over Hawaii's flag, as well, and Utah's flag. At least they have the whole American patriotism going for it, which makes it not F tier flag. And of course, the Nevada's flag, which they even just tucked it to the corner because there's nothing in Nevada besides Las Vegas. Really shows the entire state in a nutshell. Nothing in Nevada as well. So yep, we have it narrowed down the U.S. state flags to all of these flags. So we're getting out of the D tier list of flags. Okay, we have two more flags for this. One, we have the EO here. Oh yes, we have Maine's flag. Maine and Kansas. No, and Nebraska. They go over in the D tier as well. Next we go in the C tier, and the first flag is South Dakota. Pretty cool flag, but I still think it is still just state here in background. Same thing with Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, there's multiple things represent Pennsylvania. They said, okay, let's just put our states here on the background. Pretty unique, but still freaking states here on the background. New Jersey, at least they did something different. And they made the background yellow, so at least they get some credit for that. And then next is the rest of the states here on the background ones, but they have some redeeming qualities. Oregon is one. Since Oregon has a beaver on the backside of its flag that nobody really knows about, it gets to be in C tier. Next is Kansas. This. Montana. No. And Vermont. Vermont goes in B tier because Vermont has some beautiful art on its flag. It literally put art on its flag. Same thing could be said of Kansas and Montana, but Vermont, where they literally put an art on the flag, so they get higher. I'm wondering why Oklahoma isn't. In Oklahoma, they go to B tier as well because Oklahoma, their flag represents their state best. What is Oklahoma up here? Their flag represents them best. Now we get to the rest of the states that at least have some redeeming qualities. And I forgot Louisiana. Louisiana, at least, this is like a unique symbol. So, symbol. I like the symbol pretty good. So it goes over in B tier. So now we have the rest of the flags. Next is Arkansas. Okay, we'll start at the beginning. Arkansas still goes up here. Yeah. Next is Alaska. Alaska is probably goes in the top 10 flags of America. It's the North Star and the Dipper. It's pretty unique. It's a blue background, but it's unique. You don't see a flag look like that. You won't see a flag look like that anywhere else. Next is Alabama's flag, which is just an inverted English. It is just a Scottish flag, but it's just yellow and red. I get it to trying to be like the Europe, but it just doesn't work. It goes in high C tier, though, because at least it's not like the rest of these flags here. Next is West Virginia. Pretty boring, not really interesting flag. Goes in C tier, but at least it's not. At least it's unique. Same thing with Washington. Yes, it's a state tier on the background, but it does have all our presidents on it, so it goes in B tier. And yep, it works pretty well for the state as a whole. And now we're getting to the rest of the states. First state, I'll get assuming by alphabetical order. Arizona goes in S tier. Pretty good flag, pretty unique flag. Represents the state pretty well. As well, Arkansas. Again, this looks pretty weird, pretty odd. Goes down here. At least it's much more unique than the rest of these flags. So, it's more unique than the rest of these flags. So next is Colorado. Colorado is a pretty great flag. It looks like that, and it looks like they actually put effort into the flag. Very unique as well. Very, looks like someone that looks like an actual flag artist could have done. Next state is California. California is pretty unique. You know, I don't really care for the state that much. California has a pretty unique flag. It's a bear. California Republic. It represents, California. It's basically the same bear flag they used when they declared independence from Mexico. So exactly the same flag. Next is Delaware's flag. Delaware's flag is alright. It goes in BTO. It's alright. Not the best, not the worst. Next is Florida. Florida goes, at least, though I know their symbolism has much more, so it's BTO. Next is Georgia. Georgia, at least it tried. Goes CTO. Indiana, pretty cool. I like the whole torch symbol. Goes in BTO. Not quite ATO. Iowa. Iowa is just the French flag of a state seal. At least it means something more. Iowa was kind of discovered by the French, so they go in BTO. Next is Maryland. Maryland's flag is very unique. It won't be seen anywhere else, so it goes in ATO. Next is Mississippi's new flag. And Mississippi's flag, I think, represents the state very well, so it goes in ATO. I like the flower on the flag, and Mississippi's also qualifying the Magnolia state, and this flag represents the state much better than just a boring CSA flag with just this. If you saw the old Mississippi flag, you'll see that, they changed it as well. So next is Missouri. It's okay, CTO. North Carolina goes in BTO. North Carolina's flag is pretty alright. Ohio's flag is very unique. It's one of the most unique flags in the world. It's also very American, so it goes in STO, no doubt. Next is Rhode Island. Rhode Island has a pretty good flag, very representative as a state as well, goes in ATO as a whole. South Carolina, it's probably one of the best flags this country has ever made, goes in STO. South Carolina's flag basically looks like another blue seal background, but actually they put the state tree and they put a moon, and it's considered people consider this one of the best flags in the country. I agree with them. I've seen it. It's pretty great, pretty amazing. Next is Tennessee. Tennessee's pretty good. Goes in ATO. Pretty good. ATO. Texas is a classic flag. I think Texas deserves to be an STO. There's no other place Texas deserves to be an STO. I know it looks very similar to the Chilean flag, but Texas's flag is it's classic. It represents the state. It represents the state very well. Next is New Mexico. New Mexico is a very simple and unique and great flag. Goes in STO. Very great flag. I think it represents the state very well as well. Next is Wyoming's flag, which again is very unique. I like the bison. It represents this state flag represents the state pretty well, but again, if they didn't put that state seal in the flag, it would probably be another ATO flag. But of course, they had to stuff that state seal somewhere, so of course it goes below Oklahoma's. Because I mean, it's Oklahoma's flag. Yep, it's a state. Yes, it's like a state. I think it's the state seal of Oklahoma as well, but it represents the state much more better than most of the other state seal flags, where they didn't even try on half of these, and just put the state seal in the background. So yep, there you go. That is the USA state flags tier list. And that's basically it. Goodbye.